Okay, I'm back. Okay, now if it said I was having internet connection issues, but we appear to be connected now, and I got my T'Challa stuff. Ready to go. All right, first behavior. There you is, bro. We back. We back in action. We back in action. We back in action. Fret not, fret not. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Y'all come on, pull up, pull up. Back in the building. You and me both, Mr. Smith, apparently. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start going on conspiracy theory, but let's just call it the internet for now. Let's just call it that. I noticed though, it might be a computer thing, internet, because phone internet, you don't have that kind of issue with. So I guess next time this happens, I'm gonna just go straight to the phone so I can go out on the deck, enjoy me some sunshine. You know what I mean? So anyway, like I was getting ready to tell y'all before the internet went all screwy or whatever happened. Was at the LCS, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, copping my ish, and ran into an older gentleman. Now you know he's an older gentleman if he's older than me. You know what I'm saying? He had to be at least like I say 70. Cause yeah, I know. I would die. Hey grandmadam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They just they you can't keep a good brother down. Let's be positive. Rawr! Anyway, uh I was telling a story about my trip to the LCS, got my Avengers comics, got my Blade variant, and my Icon comic. So again, older gentleman, like I said, had to be at least like 70. Bro, I had it sent for two. But anyway, um, he he saw my Blade comic. You know, I had my Blade comics. They was on top. My Blade comics was in my hand. He like, oh, so you picking up that Blade, huh? And I'm like, yeah, pick up the Blade. And we got to talking. And I asked him if he had been peeping out the Black Panther, and I showed him, you know, my T'Challa on the cover of the Black Panther book, and he like, oh yeah, I've been dealing with Black Panther from the beginning, and I'm like, okay, all right, okay. Everybody got gray hair, might not have that gray hair knowledge, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and quiz my man and see, you know, if he know, I want to see if he 100 proof. So I said to him, I didn't care for the movie Wakanda Forever because it didn't have T'Challa in it. And that's the first time you ever seen a superhero movie where the titular character wasn't in it. And he went to that same old argument that everybody go to. Well, Shuri was in the movie, and also there have been other Black Panthers besides. It's been Shuri, there's been Bashinga, there's been Casper Cole, and I'm like, okay, sir, let me stop you right there. Teaching moment, you know what I'm saying? So I pointed out the differences between Black Panthers and Cold Tigers. Then, you know, I told him, okay, as you well know, yes, it is a mantle. And I asked him, I said, where was the first time UOG? So I know you know, when was the first time, the first mention ever of Wakanda? When was the first time you read the word Wakanda? And my man said, in the pages of Fantastic Four. Bam! Correct. So before that, there was no Wakanda. There was no Bashinga. There was no Shuri. There was no Casper Cole. When it began, there was nothing but T'Challa. Wakanda is T'Challa. T'Challa is Wakanda. You could take it and chop it up, but you ain't going to get the same kind of salad. Anywho, when you ever seen a Batman movie and Bruce Wayne, you know, the usual Batman, Bruce Wayne, Superman, Kal-El, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, OG had to concede. Now, OG out of kindness, when I was in line, he went over to the guy at the pool box and was like, give this man my Black Panther bag. Now, quiet as it's kept, y'all know I already got this bag, but I have been taught to respect my elders. And that is D-Real Schools and OG Story. Welcome to All T'Challa Day, y'all. We about to do T'Challa stuff all day. Okay? How we feel about that? We good? Good. I'm glad we're good. God got that out the way. Let's move on to the first topic of it's 6. Let's move on to the first topic of discussion. Y'all come rolling in. Roll in when you roll in, folks. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I just, you know what I'm saying? We gotta educate, man. We gotta educate. We gotta educate. We gotta educate. Otherwise, folks gonna be walking out here with that movie knowledge. Folks gonna be moving around out here with that 5% knowledge and not the other, 95. So we don't want that to happen. So I don't care how old you are. I ain't trying to disrespect you. I'm just trying to find out what you know. That's how I came at it. Because I was, it wasn't like I went, you're wrong, old guy. I didn't I didn't respond to him like that. I was just like, in my head, I said, ding, teacher moment, and just did my thing. But anywho, tonight, Kamoyo Kid, my dude, in the building. All right, I know you gonna lighten the mood, Kamoyo, when we chit chat about what we chit chat. But here we go. I got about 4 topics I want to get through tonight. We will probably get through them, and then we can go to the Q&A, and then y'all can go to bed or eat your dinner, depending on what coast you on. All right. My first topic is a question. We are all up on Professor Ewing's run on Black Panther, and she is currently 2 issues in. And me and Theo was just talking about it earlier today. It's like, man, is it just me, or have we been really busy since this Black Panther run dropped? Between, I want to say, Friday and Tuesday, I have done 4 lives on this topic alone. So that might be why I'm kind of trending and my numbers kind of creeped up a little bit. I like, oh, okay. Cause it was who's all in here? Okay, we all grown in here. It was never mind, I gotta say it because this will be back on. Anyway, I kind of, was celebrating. And the question: how should T'Challa return to the throne? I know that is a very presumptuous question, but I trust Eve. Okay, I trust Eve enough that in some way, shape, or form, I believe in my mind and everything not everything, but the couple of things I've seen so far tell me that might be her goal. And then also, well, I ain't gonna get there yet. We'll get to that one in a minute. But is he gonna return to the throne out of necessity, or is he gonna return to the throne out of understanding? And what I mean by understanding is, are folks like Falashade gonna come to the conclusion that we shouldn't have a democratic republic of Wakanda? Or will it be something like their own hubris or their own ignorance is going to necessitate them saying, there's no way that we can continue this current pattern with Namor as our protector? Because if y'all remember on the run of the guy whose name shall not be mentioned, the Democratic Republic of Wakanda made Namor McKenzie their protector. So officially, the Black Panther currently isn't the protector of Wakanda, according to the Democratic Republic of Wakanda. Now, will Namor flip and do something dastardly that will necessitate the return of T'Challa, as if Shuri couldn't handle it. I mean, she squared off with him before. Do we think T'Challa is going to come back to Wakanda with a bang, or is T'Challa going to come back to Wakanda like, I'm back? Talk to me, y'all. Y'all talking to each other? I'm jealous. Talk to me. What we thinking here? What we feeling? Mr. Ray Smith says he thinks T'Challa gonna come back to the throne with a bang. So it's gonna be something like some outside influence causes him to come back and be like, I'm gonna have to crack heads, or is it gonna be some internal stuff? You know what I mean? Because with I don't know, man. Democratic and Wakanda, I feel funny saying them two words together in the same sentence. You know what I'm saying? T'Challa is Wakanda. Wakanda is T'Challa. Why? What? Why did we need? Well, we know why it changed. What was my man saying on one of the lives? It was Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. So that there is my thing. Me personally, how do I think he's gonna come back to the throne? Amidst crisis. You know what I'm saying? Whatever form that crisis takes. Mr. Smith say, I think internal. He's looking for the people responsible for his ouster. Okay. Grand Madam says T'Challa must return to the throne with a vengeance, battling after the Prime Minister begs him to return after an Avenger-level event hits Wakanda, and the government can't cope. Ooh, you know, now they've had Namor overrun. They've had Moreland come through and smash into place. They've had everybody from a contingent of the Rhino, Batroc the Leaper, Evil Black Knight, and Radioactive Man come running through there. Killmonger numerous times come running through there, you know. So will it be something when we say, well, according to Grand Matt, I've heard an epic an epic comment, by the way, Grand Madam. I felt like I was reading, you know, the splash page of a comic book. That sounded epic. Kamoyo Kid said, I think Folasade is a front for the real power trying to take the throne. I never thought of it that way, Kamoyo, but yeah, totally. Because why? I mean, previous writer aside, the decision of someone from Wakanda to make your destroyer your protector is not rooted in anything logical. That would be like France making Hitler their protector in 1943. Wouldn't have flew, would it? Not at all. You're our protector now. We had beef with you, but now you're protecting us. Huh? How, Sway? Make it make sense, baby. Make it make sense. How? You know? So if we're talking comeback, don't call it a comeback, but if we're talking comebacks, yeah, I kind of am inclined to agree with Grand Madam when she say he should come back with a vengeance, just swinging and, you know, with T'Challa swag and just all smarmy towards the bad guys. And yeah, we need to see that swag and, you know, that element of I still got it. You know what I mean? Because we starting to see little inklings of that in Eve Ewing's run and in the Avengers. Like, we starting to see that confident, swaggering T'Challa, but at the same time, noble. That's what we need to be seeing. You know what I mean? That's what needs to be happening with T'Challa, not punking him down and, making him look all, I'm going to go ahead and say it, making him look all bitch made. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. What was it, about 6 issues in? And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. So on Eve's run, we should have that resolved as well. That's one of the things I want to get Mr. McKenzie out of there and send his ass somewhere where if I'm not mistaken, he's not even the king of Atlantis anymore, is he? During Jason Aaron's run, during World War She-Hulk, didn't the Atlanteans, weren't they like, we ain't gonna follow you no more? Shouldn't somebody, maybe T'Challa could, use that little piece of information to make to make Namor, kick rocks without having to kick his ass. But anyway, what we got here, yeah. Gray said T'Challa needs to have something special just for Namor. He always does. and while we on that same topic, let's not discount Shuri. You know what I'm saying? Shuri has squared off against Namor, and not even in full Black Panther array, and held her own. Not even with the blessing of Boss, and held her own. So I would be curious to see what a King of the Dead Black Panther is capable of doing against Mr. McKenzie. What else we got? Kamayo said that sounds like some U.S. covert ops strategy. Yeah, it does. Diabolical. What's up, Diabolical? Diabolical said, this has been on my mind. We didn't really see a King T'Challa in the MCU at all. Just glimpse here and there. It was almost like his presence was more of a side character. Interesting theory. Kamoyo Kid said, could Besa be working for Shuri? I've been wrong before, but no. I don't think, if whoever Besa is working for, I don't think it's Shuri. And a lot of what Besa does seems to be rooted in like personal motivation. So I mean, I would wager to say Besa is a freelance operative for hire. She doesn't strike me as the type of person that is like working for somebody like that's my boss or my master, but more like somebody she working for would be her employer. And when the job is done, give me my what's the denomination of money in Wakanda? Give me my we call it Kamoyos. Give me my Kamoyo dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be happily on my way. And then I'll go to Zurich and convert these to whatever I need to convert them to, whatever different types of currency. People who launder money type stuff, those kinds of things. But yeah, working for Besa, that's a hell of a theory. Yeah, Besa working for Shuri. Yes. And we're all on the same accord. At least everybody in this this live tonight are all on the same accord because we're of the mind that we want Professor Ewing to succeed at her task. And here's something I didn't really, well, I thought about it, but it wasn't first and foremost on my mind. Professor Ewing got a lot of shit to clean up. Okay. Not just a little bit. There's the one we talk about right now, the issue with the throne, the issue with the government, the issue with Namor, because yes, that is an issue. It's an issue that can be handled, but an issue nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I agree 100%, Gray. The little something that he has for Namor should be a little more permanent than Stormbreaker and leaving him in a dimension, if you know what I mean. I once saw an episode of the Super Friends where Black Manta and Sinestro stranded Apache Chief and Aquaman 70 million years in the past. How you get out of some shit like that with no technology? Oh, I set my Justice League communicator because it has an atomic battery, and an atomic battery lasted for 70 million years. And even if you hear, the carbon dating on it, and Superman flew back in time and got him. If we leave Namor in 70 million BC, he might become the king of the dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. But there is no viable way he should be able to get back from the BC era because he don't have the technology nor the know-how. It had to be some aliens and shit that come to Earth and, and maybe the BC Avengers can whoop his ass too. You know what I mean? So, that's what I make him the time displaced enemy of the BC Avengers. There you go. Let him be Mosey's problem. You know what I mean? So I think that would be a cool idea for dealing with Namor on a more protracted, if not permanent basis. He won't be coming back to be nobody's protector no damn time soon. And that's the truth, Ruth. You know what I mean? So, Grand Madam Terrell, they will need a shaman to open a portal, or they could just take him to the Baxter building, or get his best friend Reed's time platform and just do the same stuff he did in Hickman's run on Avengers, paralyze him, throw him on a time portal, send him back in time. Done. No more name. Or send him to zombie world. Send him to the dimension with the zombies and let him fight that out. You know what I mean? Put him somewhere where he really gonna be catching hell, or really isolated, or really in a situation where he can't get back. Because like in the zombie universe, he could probably find some equipment and accidentally activate something and be back. Back there with the dinosaurs and conifer trees, he ain't got nothing to do unless he gonna rub two conifer trees together until it make a portal. Nah, he ain't going nowhere right like that. See, I'm diabolical, man. If I want somebody done, they gonna be done. You know what I mean? Until the next writer come along and be like, "Oh, that's a terrible punishment for Namor. Let's just have Hyperion fly back in time and get him." Some stuff like that. That's probably what a lesser writer would do. But speaking of lesser writers, perfect segue. I love me. Speaking of lesser writers, a lesser writer whose name shall not be mentioned, and that kind of tells you who it is, had an event occur in issue 13 of his run where Steven Rogers basically beat the dog crap out of a not fighting back T'Challa. Dear Marvel and Professor Ewing, I'm gonna need y'all to run that back. Now, I think it was Zang Beto that said something in the comments. Let me see if I can find it, because oh man, that it hit home. It hit home so perfect. Where was it? Abby, she he talking about, yeah, okay. Wow. Okay. Now, in my video, I created a scenario where I said, Steve, he gonna, maybe if he run up in Steve in the training room and they get the squabbing and that kind of thing. Now, no, it was my man Haramu Fall. He said, I don't think T'Challa needs to ask Steve for a sparring match. Next time he sees dude, just have him fade him on sight. One right to the eye, an uppercut to the gut, and then let Cap hit T'Challa square in the jaw so T'Challa can smile it off like in Dragon Ball. And then just full on headbutt that man in his nose and break that itch. Slug him in the gut, let him fall, then toss his shield on top of his head and say, now we're even, Steven. I love that shit. That would be epic. That'd be the legendary beatdown. That'd be the beatdown of all times. And because here's why. And let's just be 100 with each other. Let's just be honest with each other. There has never been a definitive, hear what I said? Definitive ass whooping from a Wakandan on Steve Rogers since Azuri. Okay? There was always a mitigating factor that you could plug in, like, oh, Steve's injured. He's not 100%. Oh, if he was 100%, it'd be a different fight. Same thing with T'Challa. T'Challa's fight. Oh, T'Challa's not 100%. That fight really doesn't. I need them to at 100%. Tip top. Both of them. And have T'Challa fade that ass real quick. And everybody go about their business. I don't care how you do it. You can do it in a sparring match. You can do it where you just fade him on sight. However y'all do it, it just need to be done. Okay? Never, because we don't want to put that L on Steven Rogers. Oh, he got dusted by Wakandans back during World War II. Oh, we can't have that shit happen again. Oh my God, hey Mario, what's up? We just had him beat the tarnation out of Captain America during World War II. Good God, how's that going to look to all the patriotic Americans singing their symbol get washed? That kind of stuff. And so it's like, I don't care. It's a dude in a flag suit. Let the dude in the flag suit get his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Ass kickings are learning. They're teaching tools. You know what I mean? I used to spar, and I had a cat that would always say to me, the guy that I trained with, he would always say, you reach, I teach. you know what I'm saying? We squared up, and you reach, I teach. You reach out there because he's a counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? If anybody ever been in a match with somebody who's a counter puncher, that's some terrible shit to be in. Each time, pow, what the heck? Why does he keep hitting me? You know what I'm saying? So that's what needs to happen. You know what I mean? Instead of just trying to be, he show that he's a tactician, a strategist, and a martial artist all in one fight. Like he did Moon Knight in Jason Aaron's run. have him get in Steve Rogers' ass like he got in Mark Spector's ass during that Jason Aaron run. He had shit coming out of his elbows like, pick up and check him. Man, the fist of Khonshu got fisted. Period, point blank. Let me catch up on these comments. Gray said before they embark on an Avengers mission, T'Challa needs to say, "Hey, got 5 minutes to spare? Huddle around for a second. Trust me, this won't take long." Cold Tiger, what's up, dude? Ain't seen you in a minute. Hello and welcome. Grand Madam laughing at Gray. Theo said, "Let's make sure we hitting that like button, y'all. Yeah, show a brother some love. If you digging out T'Challa Day, let me hear you say." Okay. Both Steve and T'Challa have been victims of bad, out of character writing. I would be inclined to agree with you, D. Steezel. Come on, your kid said Mooney got faded. I see you over there. Also, spoiler alert. I just want to show you one thing, and then I'll be cool. The final page of this book. Look who's together by theyself on an alien ship. While we running phase, Samuel Snap Wilson need to catch them hands too, just to remind him, you remember when you was in Wakanda and I kicked your ass off a cliff? Well, excuse me, I kicked your ass first, then I kicked you off a cliff. Are you feeling like you want to square up? Say it with your chest, Samuel. Say it with you. Oh, my name is Captain America. Oh, your name Captain America, but I'm going to call you Samuel. Your mama named you Samuel, so I'm going to call you Samuel. You know what I'm saying? Just egg him, irk him. You know what I mean? Irritate him into throwing that shield at you so you can catch that mug. And if I know T'Challa, now y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If I know T'Challa got some kind of fail-safe built in to Sam's wings, so that if he want to shut that thing down or make it go screwy, he could do that. That sounds like something T'Challa would do, for the day that Sam Wilson goes bad or turns evil or something like that. Oh, well, how about I just do this just for the fun of it? Midnight Angel 77723, and Sam just drop out the sky, something like that. You know what I mean? If I really wanted to shut you down, do you remember who I am? Do you remember who gave you your wings, punk? You wouldn't be flying around if it wasn't for me. You better put some respect on my name. You know what I mean? Trying to square up with me in Wakanda. Boy, you lucky I didn't go full out on your punk ass. I would have beat the stars and stripes off your ass. You know what I mean? Talking big shit. That's how I see it. Because, to me, T'Challa got a lot of people he got to address who was trying to, make him look like, sissy mouth punk. During that Sissy Mouth Punks run. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we need to address that. We really need to address the Captains America and they overblown, poorly written swag. Because if Samuel Wilson ain't a super soldier, which I've been leaning towards. If y'all ain't seen that video by Black Comic Lord, y'all need to check that out. Because first of all, in that fight that I showed you in my current video, Sam punched T'Challa with his full gear on. Doesn't T'Challa's habit absorb kinetic impact? And wouldn't nobody with normal human strength be able to hit T'Challa and fade him anyway, right? You see when in that fight, when Sam hit him with that gut shot and T'Challa like, bow, knocked him into some trees immediately. Like that's almost what it was to me. Like when somebody hit you with a punch that don't hurt you, and it's just like, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You know, that kind of a thing. That's how it looked in the comic book. Next thing you know, Sam pulling wood chips out his head. You know what I mean? So how I go? What's really real? You know, and I really feel like it's poor. And I think these things were alluded to. I think it's really poor out of character writing. You know what I'm saying? Sam hitting Captain America and knocking him like 12, 15 feet. Get the hell out of here. What did we do? Did we buff Sam? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just out of character writing? You knocking a 250-pound man around that you could barely hold when you was flying. And hurling him with one hand while y'all flying. Bruh. We need to look into that super soldier theory for reals. What's going on? Kamoyo said, tell Sam, hey, come see this. Exactly. Jed is doing a good job with T'Challa. Yes, he is. He needs to continue. Poor Sam. I would respond to that a certain way, Kamoyo kid, but I'm not going to. I would have some Panthers hold Sam down. Real talk, Kamoyo, because how the hell a bunch of birds holding T'Challa in place? Birds, not even giant birds like on Lord of the Rings, just regular size ass birds, all in a flock holding T'Challa in place. Or was T'Challa just like, don't this fool know these birds can't hold me? Let me see what he's really into, you know, or what he really trying to do before I smack all these birds off of me. Yep, these things, yeah. More bad out of character writing with Sam. Feels like an unofficial prelude to Civil War 3. T'Challa fades the Marvel Universe. He could do it, Kamoyo kid. He could definitely do it a lot better than the Punisher or Deadpool or Squirrel Girl or any of these other fools they done made a phase the whole universe comic about. Shang-Chi, all that, man. All right. I soon, not the whole universe. Anyway, yeah, and that's my whole thing, Mario. Sam knocked out Steve Rogers. You telling me T'Challa can't? T'Challa can't knock out Steve Rogers. Sam. LJ Panther, what's up? You like it? I know you do. Gray, what's your boy hiding for? He ain't got nothing to fear except these hands waiting for him. You want to go back and show him how quick they are with your real talk. Cold Tiger. Maybe a couple of those Amandula kicks to the chest will set him straight. And what was it like? What he had some rhino horn attacks and some he was lacing Mark Spector up. Mario said he became a super soldier in Heroes Reborn. Then they lost their memory. Yeah, but how long ago was Heroes Reborn, Mario? That would have manifested long before then, because I didn't see Sam doing no super soldier stuff before that. He wasn't smacking people through walls and taking shots from people and getting up like they didn't do nothing to him. Bruh. Again, like my man D. Steezel said up there in the chat, out of character, poor writing. Even if he is a super soldier, I mean, that's cool. Even if he is a super soldier, he ain't got hands for T'Challa. Not even on his best day. T'Challa has been trained in crap tons of martial arts, and is an expert in it. Sam Wilson has military training and Captain America training. If I'm in a fight, okay, I learned some of that military training fighting. I'm not confident enough to use military training fighting to wade off into a group of 5-6 mugs and take them down. But I mean, I guess maybe you ain't got no hands for T'Challa. Anyway, these Diesel says Steve talking crazy to T'Challa in Wakanda, etc. Yeah, Captain America, the living legend of World War II, Sentinel of Liberty, told a black man to go back to Africa? He need his ass kicked just for that. Steven, remember when you told me to go back to Wakanda? Oh my goodness. T'Challa let the birds hold that, and that's what I said, Mark. Well, you heard me. I think he let them birds, because I'm like, that has got to be the dumbest attack I ever seen. You know what I mean? Birds, birds detained. No, that's dumb. How long do I think E's run is going to last? Well, we know the record is 60 plus issues, held by none other than Mr. Christopher Priest. If she can break that record, if she can hold our attention like Christopher Priest held our attention for 5 years, I wouldn't mind seeing Eve do her thing for 5 years if she wanted to. But question is, would she want to? I wish she would. Ray Smith. He need to tell Steve to go back to sleep. Here, let me help you. Okay. Kamoyo said, I will whip Steve and take his shield for my Wakandan Avengers team. Oh my goodness gracious. Quiet as kept, though. The photonic shield that he gave him will probably be more better. I mean, I don't know. I like the photonic shield. You know what I mean? I liked, and that he could take it and make different weapons and different configurations and make it into a whole shield on. Yeah, I'd go for that shield, me myself. Gray said Misty Knight wouldn't even let Sam go out like that. Baby, you know this is T'Challa we talking about, right? Bruh. And quiet as kept, Misty done put hands on you once or twice. Scoot you with your own shield, didn't she? Ooh. See, Misty Knight is the around the way girl sensei. That's what I call Misty. Misty, it seemed like Misty giving him more jewels and little bits and pieces than he's capable of getting himself. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, she don't have to go back to Daniel Rand, but I just feel like Sam don't deserve Misty. You know what I mean? Misty deserve better. You know, just me. These Diesel said, need a good editor-in-chief to get that many issues too. Priest had Joe Quesada backing him up then. Facts, and more facts. I agree. You will get no argument from me, sir. No argument whatsoever. I agree 100%. Was it these Diesel? Kamoyo, you mentioned Mario, you say you give Eve's run 15 issues. I give it as many issues as it take, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I can tell you about 6-7 issues in, whether or not it's gonna be a banger or a danger. But right now, I on the previous run, I didn't have good feelings about it from the get-go. I was just like, what this? The long shadow. This some what? Okay, let's see what's happening. And it unfolded and it did look good, and it continued to unfold and it did look good. 2 issues in. 2. Yeah. Eve is she on base. Let's put it like that. She ain't knocking out the park, but she's on base. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's already 2 issues better than that whole 15. Facts. What you say? Kamoyo, I agree with that, Kamoyo. Blade would be a much better matchup, for when he get all, maybe lose control, want to bite her. She'd be like, drink, bite that, baby. That's why I say Misty. And Misty ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying? In her very first appearance, she went at it with Iron Fist. You know what I'm saying? And Iron Fist was like, dang, well, let me go ahead and knock her out before she get too dangerous. So there you go. Paul Martin, what's happening, my dude? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ray Smith says should have been Misty and Luke since they were patterned after blaxploitation characters. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. But I think she, like they said, I think she'd be a better match with Eric. I think Mercedes and Eric. That just sounds cooler. Mercedes and Sam. Mercedes and Lucas. That sounds like an old couple. Mercedes, darling, could you bring me a plate in here, please? Mercedes, could you and put some collard greens on there, and I don't want the juice to run into my black eyed peas, honey. Let me stop. What I was saying, Kamoyo, as far as his Wakandan Avengers, that is my next topic. Segue. Perfect. I'm hitting these segues out the park, man. Was it you, Kamoyo Kid, or was it D Steezel that came up with the name The Fist of Bast in Theo's Live? I do not remember. Refresh my memory, but for the sake of conversation, I just wanted to say, I that was you, Kamoyo. I thought that was a cold ass name, bro. For real. And that's a great name for a group of people. You know what I mean? I don't know, who the Fist of Bast will consist of, but that's a cool ass name, and it needs to be a group of people called the Fist of. Say less. Y'all saw it right there. Y'all saw it right there. He said use it. Fizz. Oh, it's going down. Earth 1985. Pictures to follow. I already got an idea of who I want the Fist of Bast to be. I'm not sharing until you see it. I'm gonna let y'all see it. But the thing about this topic was, can you name a superhero or a superhero group out of Germany? Can you name a superhero group out of the UK? Can you name a superhero group out of the Soviet Union, Russia, whatever you want to call it? Everybody has a damn superhero group. Why don't Wakanda have a superhero group? Do they feel like there is no necessity for a superhero group in Wakanda, or do they feel like T'Challa is enough to cover an entire country? And if so, what would T'Challa do patrolling an entire country? There needs to be more than, what we got. Cantu, Sion Thea, aka Queen Divine Justice, Vibraxis, Gentle. I mean, we could take all of those guys and throw a squad together, a la, like the new Warriors or the Champions. That's a thought. Maybe like young heroes, teenage heroes, but I would also like a fresh group of Wakandan superheroes. There are no more mutants in Wakanda. You telling me that's the only, that's the only superhero in Wakanda? You telling me there ain't no mutants in Wakanda other than Gentle? You telling me ain't nobody had no accidents with radiation or chemicals like folks do in America all the time, and you get some superpowers from that? We ain't got no. There are cyborgs in Wakanda. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we? You know what I mean? Put some of them folks into a squad. You know what I'm saying? And have somebody like, head them up. It ain't got to be no Okoye or no Io. It could be somebody else. Get, what would teach hubris to some young superheroes? Get a foreigner to head them up. Get Mayor Lucas Cage to head him up. Get Adam Brashear to head him up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who, could give him some direction. You know what I mean? And not just one group of superheroes, man. You got superhero and superhero groups running rampant all over New York. This because New York needs it. And if that's the case, if we don't need groups of superheroes in Wakanda, why don't we just spread them out somewhere else? I don't know if y'all remember, but there's an apartheid friendly group running around Africa right now called the Supremacists that are yet another knockoff version of the Justice League. He put a little squad. I mean, T'Challa beat him up by himself in their very first appearance, but still, they came in and they raised Wakanda a little bit, before T'Challa was like, I've had enough. Let me deal with these fools. Let's resolve that. Send the Wakandan Avengers or the Fist of Boss out there to put foot to ass on the supremacists. Like, bruh, apartheid is so 1986. Gone somewhere. What's up in the comments? Mr. Smith say I like that idea as well. Thank you, sir. Come on, your kids say Muti from the Shuri book. He had tech abilities. Yep. Okay, there's another one. Yep. M13 UK, Winter Guard Russia, Alpha Flight Canada. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Winter Guard, Soviet Super Soldiers. Yeah. I believe there's even a super team. There's a South American super team. And then in Germany, they had Captain Deutschland, Blitzkrieg, and I think there was two others, and they had a group of superheroes. So I'm like, if Germany can have a group of superheroes, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Gather all them superheroes up, just like you gathered them up before, and be like, hey, I need y'all on this squad. You know what I mean? And basically that was the premise for Agents of Wakanda. T'Challa quarterbacking, Okoye and the Wasp are the running backs, and everybody else is playing, and they calling signals. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do this, y'all do that. Oh, we need to deal with some dinosaurs. Call Kazar and Zabu in. Oh, we need to deal with some gorillas. Call Gorilla Man in. Okay. Oh, we need to deal with the supernatural. Call Blade and Man-Wolf in. You know what I'm saying? That kind of a thing. Specialists. And that was cool for what it was, but a dedicated permanent team, that would be even better for Wakanda. I mean, just, whether it was covert missions or they was flat out protectors, and it would make more sense if they were Wakandan people, because Wakanda for Wakandans is kind of how they've always rocked, to a certain degree. Wakandan superheroes. Ray Smith said, I got that going on in my universe. That's what's up. Vibraxis. Yep. See, these thieves are finding superheroes all over the planet. Big Hero 6 in Japan. I forgot all about them. Yep. And the Big Hero 6 in the comics is just a wee bit different from the Big Hero 6 in the Disney movie. Casper Coles. You can get and that's what I mean. You can get Casper Cole either to head up or be a part of the Fist of Bats. But the Teenage Squad, I wouldn't necessarily, like put him in that, like a young warriors, or not young warriors, new warriors, type of squad, runaways, something like, that loose knit, but is one way to go with it, but I would rather it be like a dedicated team set up with some resources and funding and that kind of thing. And then they just kind of bumble along until they get their footing. Every now and then, T'Challa might pop in and be like, hey, y'all, this is what's going on. Heads up. Like he always do. Paul Martin says 62 years later and Marvel is still doing this hero versus hero stuff. I tired of it years ago. Here's the thing, Paul Martin, and I was just discussing this with somebody. I think it was D. Steezel. There are about 12 or 13 tropes in all of comics. And I know you are OG, Paul. You can think about it and put it down in your head and go, yeah, you're kind of right. It ain't so much the trope itself that should be tiring. It's the writer's execution of said trope. Because I done seen some hero versus hero stories that were trash. And I've seen some hero versus hero stories that was like, okay, that's a different take on the hero versus hero thing. Here's the thing. Back in the day, when Thor and the Hulk used to scrap, it was always about, I'm mad, I'm finna beat you up, I'm finna beat you up. And sometimes Thor would get the better of him, and other times he would get the better of the Hulk. I mean, they get the better of each other at different times. But for the most part, Hulk's going hard. Now, I can't remember the issue. I can tell you probably, you could probably tell me, Paul Martin, the issue. A Hulk and Thor fight. It was in Thor's comic. I think it was like late 80s. And Hulk wasn't being, the crazy, savage, wild mug that everybody had to stop. It was a thing like Hulk said to Thor, I'm stronger than you. And I know I'm stronger than you. And I can prove that I'm stronger than you. And it was almost like the whole comic book, Hulk was egging Thor on. Hulk was pissing Thor off. Hulk was manipulating Thor, calling Thor, the only reason you're even able to hang with me is because you got that hammer. And and Thor's like, bet, throw the hammer away. Hulk hit his ass with a whole train. Literally hit Thor's ass with a whole train, boxcars and all. I mean, it was like a big picture, and he just like took it and threw it all down on Thor. Thor's clothes was tore up, Thor's hair was messed up, and then right about that time, his hammer came back, and he was like, now, monster, I got my hammer back, I'm gonna finish you. And then Hulk was like, I've proved my point, I'm done, and jumped off. That is a different take on the superhero against superhero beef. If it's just a superhero, mind control superhero, seen that, you know what I'm saying? Misunderstanding, seen that. I don't like you for some reason, but even though we're both superheroes, I don't care, I'm gonna beat your ass. Seen it. Vision and Wonder Man, if for anybody who's wondering. You know what I'm saying? First time I ever seen them scrap, Wonder Man was helping Wanda, like get up, and she had her arm around Simon, was like, "Oh, Simon, I'm just so and Vision's over there seething, and when Wonder Man goes back over to Vision, hey, Vision, blah now, pow, Vision hit him. So, depending on how the story is laid out, it can work because there's only so many tropes in comics. You can't get around them, but find a creative way to work them into the framework of what you're trying to do. At least that's what I've seen as far as, you know what I'm saying, a trope. I mean, I don't get tired of superheroes fighting superheroes because we always have these kind of conversations in the chat. Who's the toughest? Who's the smartest? Who's the slickest? Who's the cutest? You ain't gonna know that until they square. And so set the circumstances in a way that they inexorably have to square off, or something happens other than a misunderstanding or the usual stuff that makes heroes fight each other. A great way to make heroes fight each other, Captain America Civil War, the movie. You know what I'm saying? You killed my mama. I'm not pissed off that you killed my mama. I'm pissed off that you didn't tell me he killed my mama. That's different. That's a definitely different trope on the superhero versus superhero fight. So yeah, there's layer it, make it interesting. Lame old Azaro Tosin. Oh, lame ass Tosin. Got it. Okay. Yeah. When him and Shuri gonna smash? Just get it over with. Vision didn't like Simon, Magneto, and Quicksilver didn't like Vision. Yeah, but if Vision and Quicksilver fight, that's gonna go a little different. Stan Lee said the writer decides the winner. Facts. But like I always like to say, make it make sense. Okay, make Captain America getting his butt whooped in his own book make sense. Make T'Challa getting his butt whooped in his own book makes sense. If he square off, him and Captain America fight, and he manages to physically beat T'Challa, that's one thing. But to just have him standing there and letting somebody drop dogs on him and he ain't doing shit, unrealistic, uncharacteristic, whatever you want to call it. You come run and jump in the air at me, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. Stop it. That is ridiculous. Captain America, all people, I'm in the air. You know, when I come down, it's gonna hurt. No, I'm not going to move. Go ahead, hit me with your best shot. No, not at all. How about you not hit me? How about I use my agility to dodge your shit? Shoot, Captain America came in Black Panther and Tales of Suspense back in the day, and T'Challa slipped under his legs. Now, you know why they were fighting? Because T'Challa wasn't sure that was the real Captain America. And when they fought, after Captain America moved like Captain America, T'Challa said, okay, I'm sure now that's Captain America. We can stop fighting. That makes sense. That makes total sense to me. That's within context of a hero versus hero situation. You know what I'm saying? Like Mystique is somewhere doing something and takes the shape of Daredevil. Okay? T'Challa sees it, comes in there, fucking Mystique runs to where she knows Daredevil's at. Matt, I know you didn't steal that, and my senses tell me that wasn't you on the rooftop. Well, why is that sitting right there? Oh, my radar senses tell me that. And whatever kind of confusion ensues, they fight. He realizes Matt didn't do it. They stop. But to continue through an entire comic book from one page to the end of that book, and ain't nobody figured out, oh, this was a misunderstanding, that to me is lazy writing. An entire 2 issues, Spider-Man fights Firelord and then beats him. Out of character writing. I don't give a damn how loose Spider-Man lets himself go. He's not knocking out a Herald of Galactus. Thor can't do it. Hercules can't do it. How is this little skinny kid from Queens going to be able to do it with his little proportionate spider strength? Diesel. Killmonger coming on the scene, beating T'Challa is another good one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this for the people in the back. Killmonger always, almost all the time they meet up, comes on the scene and beats T'Challa. Way back in Jungle Action, Killmonger beat T'Challa. Killmonger had T'Challa dead to rights, about to pick his ass up and throw him over the falls. Excuse me, about to pick him up and throw his ass over the falls again. He got threw over the falls twice. Dozens of comics. Name me a comic book other than the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda where T'Challa just beat the dog shit out of Killmonger. Killmonger always got T'Challa's number, and I don't understand why. Again, yet another, and this is just peripheral, yet another reason to show you proof that T'Challa is not base level human. He took shots from Killmonger. Killmonger tackled a damn elephant. He ain't superhuman now. All right. A man who could tackle an elephant, hit you straight in your face and in your rib cage and didn't kill you. Matter of fact, the guy who could tackle an elephant, you fought him for a day or two, didn't you? You fought for a day or two. He fought for a day or two. But he base level. Or was it poor writing on Christopher Priest's part? Mario said 3 days, I think. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But he ain't superhuman now. Mario Kid say Killmonger knows himself. He pops up whenever T'Challa is going through crisis. T'Challa also holds back with him for some reason. He held back for 3 days straight, kid. He held back during that fight. Damn. I hate to see T'Challa when he's going all out on Killmonger's ass. If he was holding back, if that was holding back, bro, because they was bloodied and their clothes was tore up and their ribs was broken and they was injured. And, bruh, really? That was a nasty fight. And he did kind of send him to the underworld at the end of that fight, didn't he? Oh, speaking of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, thank you, Mario. He KO'd an elephant. I ain't holding back on nobody who can knock out a damn elephant. I'm giving them my lefts and my rights and my Sunday best. But, I mean, we can look at how we want to look at it, though. Anyway, Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, perfect place to segue, since we talking about Killmonger. When is that going to pop up? We literally have not seen or heard anything about the intergalactic empire of Wakanda since Ta-Nehisi Coates last run. So we just made an empire and forgot about it? Or was somebody thinking, putting this empire in the comic now is going to make T'Challa look too OP? You make everybody else look OP. What's wrong with that man getting a little shine? What's wrong with that man getting a little respect? Y'all been dog walking him cinematically. Y'all been dog walking him in the comics. Get that man some shine, man. Get that man some shine. Who want to see the intergalactic empire of Wakanda? How y'all want to see it? I want to see the. Let's link some stuff together. T'Challa getting the throne back and the intergalactic empire of Wakanda should coincide with one another. Perhaps, I think someone mentioned it in the chat, perhaps this Avengers level threat, T'Challa prefers not to call the Avengers in, and he instead calls the Wakandan equivalent of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. See, I think things. And have them come to Earth and clean some stuff up. You know, maybe that's why the intergalactic empire of Wakanda has not intervened in any type of affairs concerning Earth or T'Challa, because they too busy scouring their galaxy for all of these beings so they can use Wakandan science to enhance their natural abilities and give them more abilities. And so they're a superpower fighting force that is beholden to the king. When we ain't got no Doras, we got T'Challa's personal guard. The Doras are supposed to be a personal guard, but what we done did with the Doras lately. Check Ta-Nehisi Coates in the run after that. D. Steves will say, I can see Ryan Coogler trying to do that on the big screen and fail. I personally don't want Ryan Coogler to do nothing else Wakanda related. I mean, no disrespect, but no respect either. I don't want to see his vision anymore. I've seen enough of his vision to know that I don't like it. But back to this intergalactic empire. Do we think that would be a cool idea? I mean, that's just one way that we could bring the intergalactic empire back. And, you know, we have this Imperial Guard, for lack of a better name, come to assist T'Challa if he even needs it. And he's like, you know, who are y'all? Blah, blah, blah. Also, that would be a great place to have a misunderstanding. And T'Challa, you know, oh, my liege, my king, we are here for you, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. Who are y'all? Oh, we come from the intergalactic, you know, where you made that empire, dog. That's where we from. You know, and then we get a whole adventure where he goes out and, you know, he learns about everybody in his guard and where they come from and what their backstory is. That's a whole 5-6 issues Eve could do and cover all of that. So yeah, I got ideas, baby. Y'all want to talk about ideas? I got ideas up the wazoo. But yeah, the intergalactic empire needs to be acknowledged. Because if it isn't, it make it look like it was just something that was born and died during Ta-Nehisi Coates' run. You know what I'm saying? Just like we ain't seen Venom. Just like we ain't seen Salamander Cruel. Just like we ain't seen the Soul Strangler. Must just fade away. And we never hear hide nor hair of them ever again. We ain't seen my man Solomon Prey, who made his appearance in this book right here. We ain't seen him since. And don't tell me nothing about, oh, he dead. Nobody's ever dead in the Marvel universe unless your name is Marvel. Everybody else comes back. So, yeah, you really want to find a way to bring him back, you could bring him back. You really want to find a way to bring Jakara back, you can bring him back. You can bring back whoever you want to bring back. It's just a matter of wanting to. I could work anybody into a premise. You just need to, have the right set of circumstances and the right writer. Yeah. Say pretty much, and Uncle Ben. Yeah, Ben's your uncle. Totally. Ben is totally your uncle. Yeah. So here's the thing. There is a petition out right now. And I know this is kind of peripheral to what we've been talking about, but it's T'Challa adjacent, so it's applicable here today. There is a petition out right now in regard to the development of the Black Panther video game with no T'Challa in it. I haven't checked on it. I need to check up on it and see what's going on with it. If nothing else, if we haven't signed it, we need to sign it. If you don't want to, that's cool also. But I feel like if this is something that we're going to get behind, we need to support Dre Mack, at least in the part that we feel confident providing support in. I ain't saying you got to go all out, because I totally 150% understand being gun shy about recast T'Challa any damn thing after that last fiasco. But I feel like it could have legs. It could have legs. I don't feel like it'll have the legs of that a movie will, but a video game will reach another demographic, or a video game in development will reach you get your video gamers there. Do you want to play a game that doesn't have a Black Panther in it? Do you want to play a game and you be Black Panther versus seeing the Black Panther? Let's see. Hope to get John David Washington as T'Challa, Black Panther in the Kang Dynasty. Lewis, first, hi. Second, nah. Nah. Hope that sets up Black Panther 3. Definitely not. I don't want nobody shoehorned into nothing, and it ain't a good fit. The context needs to be right. We need to deal with the T'Challa situation. That's first. Dead T'Challa was a Skrull. That's where we're at. Because you don't want to go with no blips or time or variance or nothing like that. So then Dead T'Challa was a Skrull. You know what I mean? Variants are possible, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that is possible too, Lewis, that makes sense. You got Skrulls running around now. Lots of them, from what I can see. Kevin Bashir, Adam's son, the former villain called Positron, could be in the group. Yeah, probably could. Great. That's not for a first game experience. T'Challa needs to be centered in his own game or story. I agree, Gray, 100%. He needs his own game because he ain't had his own game. How about that? You know what I mean? T'Challa has never had his own game. He's an underused, underutilized, underappreciated IP. You do not realize what you have with the Black Panther Marvel. Just like I was telling, well, y'all might not have been in here, but I was telling a story about when I went to the LCS and I was talking to this OG, and you know, and I was telling him, you know, different things, and it was a teaching moment, and he was trying to justify what went on in Black Panther Wakanda Forever by saying the words that every pro recaster longs to hear so they can talk about it. There have been more Black Panthers than T'Challa, and Shuri was the Black Panther when T'Challa wasn't around. True, but they were also the Black Panther in tandem. One was the king of the living. One was king of the living. The other was king of the dead. Okay, let's keep it where it's supposed to be. You know, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. There, what Dee Steezel said: a scroll or a full reboot. We don't want nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else will make sense. Oh, a variant comes back and adopts T'Challa as his son, and that's a cop-out. When you can bring back the Black Panther, not a Black Panther. Nobody wants to see a Black Panther. We want to see the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Unless you bring it back Bashinga or Mosey, I'm for a BC Black Panther. I'm for the first Black Panther. Shoot, I'm even for the 13th Black Panther. You know what I mean? It don't make me never mind. But what you are not going to do is call somebody the Black Panther who isn't the Black Panther. That character does not exist. That is not a fucking recast. That's another actor playing a different role. How many times I got to tell people this? Help me, help y'all, help yourself. I ain't talking about y'all in here, but I'm just saying that's the kind of logic that goes down. And it's like, oh, sure, that makes total sense. No, the hell it doesn't. Because there is an agenda to supplant comic knowledge and comic canon with that movie bullshit so that you can appeal to more people. Give me the original origin, not this fake-or shit. Yeah, that's a He-Man reference, fake-or. But yeah, don't give me this also ran T'Challa. I ain't buying that brand. Just not. What's going on? The family saw T'Challa's body in Wakanda Forever, so that doesn't make sense for him to be a Skrull. The family saw T'Challa's body. Okay, well, since we're doing reaches, let's do this. Okay, the family saw T'Challa's body, but it had the heart-shaped herb in it. Maybe the heart-shaped herb stopped that Skrull from reverting to Skrull form. Done. Explained away. So, you know what I mean? Give us a T'Challa. If John David Washington is T'Challa, okay, maybe. If Trevante Rose is T'Challa, okay. If Aldous Hodge is T'Challa, okay. But you giving me a knockoff or also ran or a not gonna fly. Not gonna fly because it doesn't have wings. Show me an omnibus of anybody else not named T'Challa in Marvel Comics. Okay. Paul Martin, I am okay if it's a short, maybe 3-page beef that's quickly quashed, but long story arcs like Civil War, okay. Gray said, there you go. Be real, 100 on target. Thank you, sir. Lewisberry said, we'll prefer what you said, but I want T'Challa back either way than him being dead. On that, Mr. Berry, we can agree. We, the audience, never saw his body, though. A simple on-screen retcon is doable. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, whoop, whoa, whoop, whoa, whoop. Well, Ashura is here, and since Ashura is here, you know what that means? It's time for Q&A. We doing Q&A today. We doing Q&A today. All right. Hello, Ashura. Better late than never, my dude. Secret Invasion was trash. They need get a comic book advisor on MCU shows or hire writers from the industry, not Hollywood people. All right. I watched the first episode and the last episode of Secret Invasion. On this, I disagree. Ashura, Secret Invasion was not trash. It was flaming, burning, smoldering, insidiously trashy trash. First, how in the fuck did you get the DNA of every damn superhero in the MCU? Every superpowered being, excuse me. Because when that vial of DNA or whatever was taken to Gravik and he put it in there to see if it was authentic, it said Drax. It said Ebony Maw. The fuck? Didn't Ebony Maw die out in space, frozen? What they do? Fly by in a ship? Ooh, that's one of Thanos' people. Let's get some DNA off of him. When were they able to get Drax's DNA? When were they able to get Peter Quill's? Not that you need Peter Quill's DNA, but freaking Korg, or wait a minute, yeah, Korg. Wait, when did they get his DNA? How did they get his DNA? Oh, I did that on purpose, sure. I did that on purpose. I like to fuck with you too. Don't get me started on the story. Okay, I won't. DNA should have been tainted on the battlefield. I'm surprised they didn't have Galactus's DNA in there. You know what I'm saying? So all I need is your DNA to have your powers? Or only Skrulls can do that? Yeah. Okay. Like I said, Paul, there's 1,000,000,001 ways that they can bring to that. Period. There is literally no fucking reason at all. None. They're eliminating the reasons why they can't recast T'Challa. They brought Skrulls into the situation. They brought time travel. They brought multiverses. They brought all of this. So you saying you can't do it? No, you won't do it. There's a huge difference. Secret Invasion can give Wakanda for never an out. They could use the whack ass Dallas Dream thing, and BP could have been in Ross's dream while he was in stasis. You're welcome. Assure say I've been dealing with stands giving me excuses on Frost powers. They claim Bobby Drake or Frost Giant DNA. When did the Skrulls get DNA from mutants? Because most of them people who listed on there was mugs from other planets. So Gamora, Thanos. How did you get DNA from Thanos? How, Sway? Thanos just walked up and said, "Here, take this. I'll be back to destroy the universe later." The fuck? You don't even read your own shit, Marvel. You don't even watch your own storylines in your own movies. This is why you don't need non-comic book fools writing. You're writing yourself into bankruptcy. And you know what? I'm there for it. And I'm going to be the first told you so to call Kevin Feige and be like, I dropped you. I dropped you some emails. I dropped you some stuff in Marvel.com. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. That means you didn't listen. So you're going broke because you wanted to go broke. It's almost like they want to. Video coming soon. Marvel wants to go broke. Yeah. Gamora has no ice powers. I know Gamora has no ice powers, but my point is when he stuck that DNA in there, Gamora's name was one of the names that came off on that list. What? Nebula. What? Nebula, Gamora, and Thanos. You just rolled through one day. It was like, hey, let me get that DNA dialed. They claim the battlefield in Endgame had blood on it. It had the blood. Stop. Anywho, y'all got any more questions for me? Because I'm not doing this. This is some grade A cash money bullshit. Period. And if it was DNA, like I think it was Ashura, if it was DNA on the fucking battlefield, it was tainted as fuck. Not viable enough to give you powers. Y'all got any more questions for me? Y'all got... Thank you, D. I got into a debate for 4 hours decades ago with this cat over Spidey Firelord thing. I said it was crazy. Oh, you was cheering me on when you said Gamora. All right, I got you. Been trying to make sense of the plot holes. Bruh, they don't have plot holes, Kamoyo. They have plot trenches, plot chasms, plot canyons. Them shit's got crazy holes in them. Crazy holes. LJ Panther. Why are they going out of the way to downgrade Nick Fury? I don't know. Gray said, plot black holes. Y'all get where I'm at. Y'all get exactly where I'm at with it. Phase 4 and 5 could have been the Skrull saga. It could have, Mario. It very well could have been. They could have handled Skrulls in a much more respectful way. And I think Skrulls would have went over much more better had they introduced the Fantastic Four first. Would have made so much sense then. You introduce the Fantastic Four, and maybe in their second or third movie, they dealing with Skrulls, and they have to face the Super Skrull. Done. They're there already. I don't care if Kl'rt is one of the Skrulls that came to Earth with Talos. He could still, they could still do some experiment or something and get the DNA of the Fantastic Four and then have him fight. That'd be a whole missed opportunity, Marvel. again. Diabolical Nerd said, LOL, I know how they did it with the DNA. Someone was a fan of DBZ and seen how Dr. Giraud got the DNA to make Cell. I wouldn't doubt it, Diabolical. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Ashura said, apparently the writers thought the fans would be okay filling the plot holes. I ain't feeling nothing. They done. Kamoyo said, gonna watch They Clone Tyrone Friday night. You are going to enjoy the shit out of it, Kamoyo. It's a good movie, and there's a deeper message in it than just cloning. The moment they made Skrulls good guys, I was like, me too, Ashura. Me too, Ashura. Gravik and Gaia were BS Super Skrulls. Both of them. I mean, you could have just got Captain Marvel if you was going to do Captain Marvel shit the whole fight. We could have just had Captain Marvel beat up Gravik. She's supposed to be the strongest hero ever anyway. You know, let her make an appearance. Some fans were actually expecting Clerk in this show. I doubt the studio knows who that is. They don't, D. Steezel. They don't know who Clerk is. You know what I'm saying? And I think I heard him mention the Emperor sideways. I think they mentioned Emperor Doric at some point, but who cares? You done fucked up Skrulls. Thanks. You got a lot to be proud of. You fucked up Skrulls, guys. I hope you're happy. Now they look stupid everywhere else. They're gonna look stupid. So everybody running around killing Skrulls. How they killing the Skrulls again? Because they know who they are? Aren't Skrulls shapeshifters? And couldn't they just shift to a different shape? It's true though, but they were killing everybody. They was killing humans too. They was killing humans they thought were Skrulls. So yeah. Yeah. It's like, there's my Kamoyo kid. Gravik was a pooper Skrull. Yes, he was. He was a super duper pooper Skrull. They should have changed the title Gaia, then Secret Invasion. Put a Captain Marvel 2 and change. They should have called it bullshit. Is what they should have called it. Other than Secret Invasion, do y'all have any T'Challa related or adjacent questions? Anybody? Anybody? Gaia. You spelled it correctly, D. Steezel. Gaia. Yeah. G apostrophe AIH. You know what I'm saying? We all automatically assume it's GAEA, but that's the Earth spelling of Gaia. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. You people in the back. You people on the front row. No more questions. No T'Challa adjacents. No more. No T'Challa. No T'Challa adjacent. No Eve Ewing related. No related to He Who Should Not Be Spoken. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Anything. Christopher Priest. Hudlin. Hell, Kirby. Talk about my 2 DMs to you. Ashura, I don't want to sound like Jeopardy. But can you phrase that in the form of a question? How long was Ross snatched? First Black Panther film? Long enough to look like a different person. And he's going to be the president? Ew. Ew. Ew is what I say. Nada else? Nada else? Nada else? Everett Ross. Oh. Scrolls been on Earth 30 plus. Maybe somewhere between Black Panther 1 and 2. Best I can come up with. Who do you see T'Challa enlisting for help this run? I'll take, please answer my questions for 200, Alex. Okay. Oh. Yes. I remember. I will pull it up now for your benefit and just so y'all know the deal. Okay. Nope. Tuesday. Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. Remember in the comics, Wakandans are prejudiced towards outsiders. Example, they gave flack to T'Chaka for marrying Ramonda and picking another national. Storm was still in doubt with the people liking for stealing their king from them. When she means them, I think she means them thirsty hoes. That too was questioned by the usurper of the Destiny on Wakanda TV. And finally, the ghost of the female black chastised both living and dead Black Panthers, T'Chaka and T'Challa to their faces for marrying exotic women. I hope this is a discussion. If not, I don't mind having it here. Toussaint reaching the throne through any means is bullshit since he shouldn't be there in the first place. That what we talking about? Because he's Haitian, technically, since he was born in Haiti. But I mean, Killmonger came to usurp and he was born in Oakland. We talk about movie BP shit and everything goes. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do in the heart shaped herb don't kill people. I don't know. Is the history of the MCU Black Panther is up and down and all over the place. So for me, unless they put it in a comic, I don't consider none of that shit canon. I hope that answers your question. My boy Bill Foster ain't coming back. Double middle finger to Marvel on behalf of him and Marvel. Bill Foster could come back if they wanted. What? Marvel. Only character I ain't seen come back. And you can bring him back. But because you already got a Captain Marvel, then you don't want to bring him back. Have we seen Bill Foster's son since? What has Bill Foster's son did? I guess that's what I'm thinking about. Has he done anything of significance, or did we just introduce him and say, he's the new Black Goliath or Goliath, and was just done with it? I ain't even seen him. I have we seen Bill Foster's son since Civil War? I ain't seen him. I'd love to see him. If he's as good as his daddy, I mean, I don't know. But like I said, nobody ever really stays dead except Marvel. And I guess Bill Foster and Paul Martin, the MCU past their prime, Bill Foster didn't help either. Yeah, middle finger to that for casting out of shape old Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster. Boo. That was a shitty casting. I like Lawrence Fishburne, but not as a washed up ass Bill Foster. And maybe Bill Foster could get in shape and be Goliath again. Lawrence Fishburne, I'm talking to you indirectly. So you can still bring some glory to that role, my dude. Still. Gray said the kid being a Skrull infiltrating Wakanda with his Skrull mom is a more interesting story than another mantle swap. See, you could come right with me, Gray. You got them off the wall outside the box type stories. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff you got to do. Let's work with the trope and make it different. You know what I mean? There's plenty of ways it can be done. Like I said earlier, Marvel done made like 101 different ways that they can bring that man back. They just don't want to. So, middle finger to Marvel for not bringing T'Challa back because you feel like you couldn't do it. Well, then hire somebody who can do it. Just a thought. That it? We done? Isn't Bill Foster's son acting in I'm a Virgo? Ba-dum-bum. Psst. I see what you did there. No, that dude don't got control over his size. He don't got control. He didn't have control over a lot of stuff. I didn't like the way he ate, man. When he was eating them burgers, man, it just showed. That looked nasty. That looked nasty. Anyway, if we are good with T'Challa Day, David Ramsey could be Bill Foster. I know. Yeah. Diggle. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, why do they think Bill Foster got to be a light-skinned dude? I see. Nah, he ain't got that kind of intellectual. If Carl Lumley was a little younger, because he could be Bill Foster, because that show he used to do back in the day, Mantis, totally believed him. Totally believed that. He's great at what he does. Let's see. Gray said, brothers stay taking L's in the MCU. T'Challa dead. Rhodey snatched. Sam a non-starter. And now Nick Fury's Scrussy whooped. You win comment of the day. That is the mind comment of the day. Scrussy whooped. For those of you that don't know, at the end of Secret Invasion, Nick Fury went back up into space with his Skrull wife. And they live scrollily after. Huh. Bill's nephew Tom hasn't been used much either. Is he that color? That's why. They shouldn't have used the time displaced teen T'Challa. They should have used the time displaced teen T'Challa instead of the son. I don't know. I don't know. If you're gonna time displace somebody, just time displace T'Challa. And just say something in the time displacement is what makes him look different. You know? Maybe the vibranium in his system reacted with the quantum particles and gave him a different visual appearance. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy. It's so easy. They making it into rocket science. It's so easy to do. It's simple to do. You look how fast you replaced Thunderbolt Ross. You wasn't thinking about you couldn't do it then. Look how fast you replaced Terrence Howard. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on about people y'all done replaced in the MCU, but you can't do it. Just couldn't do this one. Kiss my ass, MCU. Still no Luke Cage, Night Thrasher, Blue Marvel, and there isn't likely to be. 2018 T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. Simple. That. Look here, y'all. This has been, and unless we ain't finished and you got some more T'Challa adjacent stuff you want to drop on. No, maybe. I'm about as unconvinced as Carly Russell's story, y'all. Y'all got something in you. Look at my T'Challa watch. Look at my T'Challa watch. Look at my T'Challa watch. That's my T'Challa watch. So, and before y'all say anything, I got this watch when Civil War was out. Shh. So, nah, it ain't that. Now, sisters gonna get them. Oh, okay. Oh, I know where you were going. But if we good, y'all, I'm good. I know y'all got to get to bed over there on the East Coast. It's 7:30, so that means, well, it's 8:30 Pacific time, so that's 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Oh my goodness, y'all are up at 11:30 rocking. Well, 11:50 rocking with me. Respect. I appreciate it. Look here, y'all. Get them scroll. Have a scroll blow your back out. Literally. Look here, y'all. I am getting ready to stab out. I will be coming at y'all with another live. This has been a lively live. This has been a fruitful live. I appreciate everybody in the live. Gray, Assured, D. Steezel, Kamoyo Kid, Paul Martin, Louis Berry, my man Theo B, Graham Adam Taro, Ray Smith, and if it's anybody, Mario, Bryson, everybody, man. Look here, y'all. For real. I appreciate y'all coming in and make these lives do what they do. Woo! This has been a good one. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all slide, go to bed, eat your dinner, whatever, because I'm sure about to get up, do what I do. Peace out, y'all. I'll be coming at y'all with another one of the other ones, and until I do, y'all be good to each other. Oh, check out the new video I got out if you haven't already.